Your eyes don't just see the world, they remember it. They hold traces of every horizon you've crossed, every voice that's faded, and every flame that once reflected in them. And for those born with hazel eyes, that memory runs even deeper. Because hazel eyes don't stay the same. They shift green at dawn, gold at noon, bronze at dusk. They're not just a color, they're a dance between light, genetics, and history, proof that beauty rarely fits into one category. Hazel eyes are among the rarest and most complex in the world. Only about 5% of the global population has them, though they appear more often in places like Spain, Turkey, the Middle East, and Brazil. In the United States, around 18% of people have hazel eyes, and yet, scientists are still decoding how they actually form. Unlike blue or green eyes, hazel isn't uniform. It's a layered blend brown melanin, golden pheomelanin, and scattered light that produces greens, ambers, and grays. The ring around the pupil often glows copper or brown, fading into soft greens or silvers toward the edge. That shifting color comes from light scattering, the same phenomenon that turns the sky blue. From a genetic point of view, hazel eyes are polygenic, meaning several genes combine to shape their appearance. Two key players, OCA2 and HERC2, regulate how much melanin builds up in the iris. Certain HERC2 variants reduce OCA2 activity, creating lighter eyes. Other genes fine-tune the mix, controlling how pigment layers reflect and scatter light. Hazel eyes typically contain a moderate amount of melanin, not dark enough to be brown, but richer than green. But unlike simple dominant or recessive traits, hazel eyes break the rules. A 2015 study in Kangra, India, found that hazel eyes appeared more often in families from temperate climates than from humid subtropical ones like Bihar. Researchers discovered hazel wasn't linked to gender, dominance, or recessiveness, and they even suggested that climate itself might influence how these pigmentation genes express. Historically, hazel eyes most likely appeared where light and dark pigment genes met in regions of constant mixing and migration. Green eyes trace largely to ancient European ancestry, blue eyes to a single mutation thousands of years ago. But hazel eyes? They emerged in crossroads of civilization: the Caucasus, Anatolia, North Africa, and the Iberian Peninsula, places shaped by trade, travel, and interwoven bloodlines. Ancient DNA evidence supports this. By the Bronze Age, lighter eye colors blue, green, and likely hazel were already seen across the Pontic steppe in southern Siberia. Individuals buried there carried gene variants for intermediate shades. Today, hazel eyes are most common in populations of mixed ancestry in northern Spain, Turkey, Iran, Brazil's European-descended groups, and the Levant. Hazel eyes are often mistaken for others. Compared to brown, they have less melanin and more variation. Compared to green, they glow warmer with golden or brown bursts near the center. Amber eyes, on the other hand, stay consistently golden without the green tones that make hazel unique. But beyond genetics, hazel eyes carry stories. In Celtic legend, the hazel tree symbolized wisdom, and eyes of its color were said to see truth others could not. Roman poets praised hazel-eyed women as both fierce and tender. In Arabic poetry, Ansa Halia hazel eyes were symbols of desert beauty and quiet longing. Even today, people associate hazel eyes with creativity, independence, and charisma. From an evolutionary view, hazel eyes may have thrived in moderate sunlight. In high UV regions, dark eyes offer protection. In colder or cloudier places, lighter eyes pose no risk. Hazel sits perfectly in between. Sexual selection may have played a role too. Rare traits tend to attract attention simply because they're uncommon. Over generations, this attraction paired with small community founder effects helped hazel eyes persist through time. Hazel eyes are rare, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating. Science continues to decode their genetic puzzle, but their true story goes far beyond biology. It's woven into art, memory, and culture, a symbol of change, adaptation, and beauty in motion. You can spot hazel eyes in portraits of forgotten monarchs, in children of mixed heritage born between continents, and in poetry describing them as sunlight trapped in leaves. In photography and fashion, hazel eyes are admired for their adaptability. They shift under studio lights, mirror the colors around them, and challenge the idea of what green or brown even means. Because hazel isn't a single color, it's a conversation between light, genes, and geography. A mosaic of pigment and time, a reflection of how we inherit not just DNA, but the world around us. Hazel eyes are nature's quiet masterpiece, proof that simplicity was never the goal. When they meet the light, the world seems to pause, because in those eyes, nature didn't pick one shade, it painted them all. If you've made it this far, your curiosity clearly matches your wonder. For more stories that blend science, myth, and human history, subscribe to Histrology Hub. And if your eyes are hazel or you know someone whose gaze holds that mystery, tell us in the comments. Where are you from? What story do your eyes carry? Because sometimes history doesn't live in books. It lives in our eyes.